What is up, guys, and welcome to another podcast/video. Before we even start, I want to get to this. So, Knicks players are complaining about how they have to play the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics this many times. My thing to say is this is amazing because I would rather play a Celtics team, have the Knicks play a Celtics team on today, than to win a random game against the Detroit Pistons on Wednesday. This shows way more. It shows the flaws in this basketball team, other than you just winning a game in Detroit by 8 points. It's just, it's way better for us because this is what the Knicks are trying to get at. The Knicks are trying to get at Boston and Milwaukee. And that's what we played. So you got to keep playing them. Maybe you can develop a game plan. I don't know, but it just shows the flaws in this basketball team. I would rather play them than play the Spurs. It shows the Knicks' flaws, and it's better to talk about. And yes, it just shows, will our coach bring us to a championship? That's the biggest thing every team wants. And I don't think so right now. Let me get into the notes. Knicks defense wasn't good. We played these two amazing teams. The Knicks don't have that defensive stopper. And because we lost the Knicks lost these two games because they exposed the fact, the Bucks and the Celtics exposed the fact that we don't have that point of attack defender. So I would say, Leon Rose, get working on it. Let's get a point of attack defender, because it can't be RJ Barrett. It can't be look, we need a point of attack defender that's a big guard that can play off the bench. Our bench point of attack defender is awful. Our starting shooting guard point of attack defender is awful. DiVincenzo, it is not a good point of attack defender. Quentin Grimes is not a good point of attack defender. Yes, you might be like, oh, Quentin Grimes is a good point of attack. No, I watch him with my eyes. He's gotten significantly worse at defense. And the Knicks just need to come to terms that if the Knicks want to be this team, that the Knicks have their identity. We're going to stop you on defense. But when you play these good teams, man, 133, what's that identity again? Oh, to grind out the game, to make it a rock fight? No! This was like the All-Star game. This is not the way the Knicks want to play. The Knicks do not want to play this game like the Pacers. They don't. And there's reasons why. Yes, personnel. But you also need to get a player that can defend. Other than RJ Barrett. We don't have a big wing. We need to force passes. We need to make we need to make the offense work. They just get wide open shots, and every other team just gets wide open shots on the Knicks, and we don't have that big long defender, and it just shows. It just shows right in this game. It shows the Knicks don't have a big defender who can guard. And also, don't get me wrong, Thibodeau's scheme awful. He just doesn't like to play defense on the 3-point line. I don't care if you like it or not. You have to play defense on the 3-point line. You just have to do it. And these two good 3-point shooting teams, the Bucks and the Celtics, expose that fact. If we play against the Spurs, yes, maybe Keldon Johnson will miss a few wide open threes. Yes, Devin Vassell might miss a few wide open threes. Yes, Malachi Branham might miss a few wide open threes. Yes, Killian Hayes might miss a few wide open threes. But you're playing, you should be ready to play competition like Derek White, like Drew Holiday, like Jaylen Brown, like Jason Tatum. Those guys can shoot the 3-ball. You have to be ready to play that competition. You can't be saying, okay, this is a team that will beat Keldon Johnson because, the Spurs cannot play with us. So, this team's supposed to beat the Pistons and the Spurs. This team's supposed to beat the Hawks, the Cavs. But it doesn't make any sense to me that we're just not defending these top teams. We just don't care. The Knicks just don't care. They just don't care, and it stinks. It's defensive. It's defensive coaching, and it's also tied into just bad defense. Don't have enough defensive players that can just hang with these prolific guards or prolific wings. Like we just don't have that ability. Yet. Yeah, and I'm just saying, like you look at Quentin Grimes and how he played off the bench. Maybe it's just because the bench, maybe it's just because the bench actually moves the ball. Maybe that could be something. The bench actually moves the basketball, so everybody touches it. So every one of these professional basketball players actually touches the basketball and doesn't feel like they're disincluded, seeing the freaking corner all game long. And the starting lineup just Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, dribble, pound the heck out of the bat. I told you, this is the worst when the Knicks are pounding the heck out of the basketball. Yes, Jalen Brunson, elite scorer. But you can't just pound. You're my starting point guard. He's pounding the heck out of the basketball. There's no movement. There's nothing. That's why DiVincenzo scored 6 points. Didn't have a lot of shot attempts. And he does have shot attempts off the bench. It's just because look at the players on the bench. Look at how our bench plays. Movement. A lot of motion. That gets everybody involved. That's why DiVincenzo was good off the bench, and that's why Quentin Grimes is good off the bench. That's why everyone performs at the Knicks bench is because we play with movement. And everyone is involved when there's movement. The Knicks just don't play with movement. It's all ISO basketball in the starting lineup. There needs to be more movement in this team. Like, come on. Like, we have a good elite play. Like, this is why if I'm any who can fire the coach, then the GM. If I'm the GM here, I'm like, yo, Thibodeau, if he doesn't get the best out of my talent, then I'm just gonna have to kick him. I'm just gonna say no. You can't play. You just can't coach this team. There's no way. I'm sorry. I'm gonna fire you. Like that's what I'm getting to this point where it's like if you can't manage RJ Barrett's minutes, if you can't manage to have everyone touch the ball and everyone feel included, then you just can't be a basketball coach. You just can't coach a team. I don't care how good of a defensive scheme you are, how good of a defensive schemer you are. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. It just doesn't. I mean, sorry to say like we so many times. I know I'm not part of the team, but like I'm really like passionate about what I'm talking about here, and it's that Thibodeau just doesn't know how to guard the 3-point shot, and he also doesn't know how to play efficient offense, and he gets carried by the bench because they just are a bunch of unselfish people, and they just are already bought in their head motion because they're not those upper echelon type players, so they have to use motion to get open. They have to use motion, but the starting lineup maybe doesn't have to because Jalen Brunson's such an elite scorer, but you might actually need to use motion in the starting lineup to get yourself some easy shots. I mean, look, I would just insert Grimes back in. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, this starting shooting guard role is not gonna. Like, we need somebody who can just man this offense and get everybody involved, and not even get everybody involved. Just make sure people aren't just actively voicing out. They're feeling like, okay, if I miss a shot, I'm gonna be done. Like, can we not have that? Like, can we at least run some motion offense? And that's the point guard's decision. That's the coach's like, come on, Jalen Brunson. What kind of basketball you want to play here? Do you want to be a shooting guard? Like, all you're doing is trying to score. Like, you don't make anybody better on this basketball team at all. Yes, you'll put up 30. Yes, you'll have a 42-piece once in a while. But where's everyone else? Like, what's everybody else doing? Like, you know what Shea does? He gets Chet Holmgren better. Those are the guards you got to get compared to. You know what Halliburton does? He makes Nesmith better. Nesmith at 20 in the freaking in-season tournament. Like, he had Miles Turner have like 20. Like, where is it with Brunson? There's no one getting better. off of him. Yes, you might be like, oh, Randall was already good. You see Randall's bubble here? Damn. He's playing well with Elfrid Payton. This is what I'm at with Jalen Brunson. If you can't run an offense that has movement, and you can't tell the coach, I want motion offense right now. I want to run more motion. I want to have more motion in my offense. Because you're the point guard. You go up to the coach and you be like, I want more motion in this offense. And that's what you do. But he just hasn't done that. I mean, it just looks same freaking thing with the starting lineup. Stagnant offense. It's awful. Yes, it sounds better to have DiVincenzo in the starting lineup. But again, if he's not going to get used, then what's the freaking point? Like, it's the Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson show. And RJ Barrett. Like, what's the other two players doing? Like, nothing. That's my point here. Come on. Need more motion in the offense. Definitely. I don't know why Jalen Brunson was in the end of the game. He rolled his ankle. Which, honestly, I'm going to get another reason why Thibodeau needs to get fired. You just need to be smarter. Like, as a coach, you need to be smarter than that. You cannot have a player in down by 12 with 20 seconds left. You can't. It's called garbage time. That's where you exit your bench. I know you're making a mini fake comeback, but just give up, man. Just give up. Take your players out. Like, let's go. Let's focus on Toronto. Because that's a team that we can beat right now. Because we can't beat any of the good teams. So we'll have to settle on beating Toronto on a Monday night. Shout out. I'm gonna go to the game. But yeah, it's not looking good. We're gonna beat the team. I know that we're gonna win, and I have 100% faith that we're gonna win. You know why? Because we always get these cupcake matchups after we play these good teams, and then everybody's on the top of the moon, like, oh, this team's back. We just beat Toronto and Charlotte. Like, what? We just beat Toronto and Charlotte. Like, do you understand who we just beat? Like, we didn't beat the freaking. We didn't go and go into Philly and beat a team. No, we beat freaking Toronto and Charlotte. Like, yes, we're going to be better. Yes, we're going to look better. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me with these fans. Like, yes, we're back, kind of, because we're playing Toronto and Charlotte. Like, this makes no sense to me. Like, I hit on the Knicks need a big wing, but let me go to stats. Let's talk about the stats and the individual performances of this game from the Boston Celtics point of view and us. I can already tell you about Derek White. Amazing ball game. I could go on for hours talking about how good Derek White is. Man, I got no. Derek White, one of my favorite players to play the game of basketball right now. One of my favorite players outside the Knicks. He can just straight up ball. There's nothing else to say. He can just straight up ball, defensively and offensively. Just straight up baller. He's just a baller. That's all he is. He's just a freaking baller. But you know, you can't have KP of 25. You can't have Jason Tatum of 20. I mean, that's fine. Good defense. 21 points for KP. Just wasn't good. Like, Drew Holiday, it's like freaking Al Horford at 14-10. Shout out to him, man. Really, really making sure his body's right because he's still a very good role player at his age. I know we're blinded by LeBron and how old you have to be that great of a player. But Al Horford's playing pretty good basketball. And yeah. But yeah, RJ at 23. Congratulations. Yes, maybe he could have had more, and maybe we could have won this game if you didn't take him out every single second, Thibodeau. No, that's not a freaking that's a really exaggeration of that. We wouldn't have won either way, but man, I need RJ to play more. You can't. Okay, Robinson didn't play that much. Okay, DiVincenzo 6, Jalen Brunson 23. Quentin Grimes at. Okay, Hart at 6. And okay, what's the outlier here? Hart played more minutes than DiVincenzo. I'm gonna bake this in. Hart played more minutes than DiVincenzo. Randall played more minutes than RJ. 3 more minutes than RJ. Granted, he shot 46% from the field. Like, let's be honest here. Why? Makes no sense to me. RJ's having a better game. Why? Like, Hardenstein, amazing. Actually, never mind. He should play a lot more minutes than that. 30 minutes for Hardenstein, amazing player. I'm gonna go. He's my only positive right now. I love Isaiah. I need a jersey, but he's gonna get. He's gonna be he's going to be up for a contract, which I know Leon Rose will not pick up because he's never there. He just will sleep, and he'll be like, "Oh, Isaiah Hartenstein, you're the best backup center in the league is in free agency. I'm just going to go sleep, and I'm not going to make a move." Look, I'm one of these guys with like, okay, Donovan Mitchell is in the trade block. The Knicks need to make a move, but they don't want to, which is understandable. Quitting Grimes, a lot of picks quickly. Mitchell Robinson, a lot of picks. But why don't you just use that ammunition again? We just haven't used that. Like, Grimes, if you don't want to play quickly, then just freaking use him in a trade. Like, we're just like he's begging for mercy on this basketball team right now. He's begging for mercy. He's like, mercy, trade me, please, mercy. Like, he's begging for mercy on this basketball team. It's so stupid. Watching him not play a lot, even though we should be playing 30 plus on this team. It's just such a short leash on him, and he's such a good basketball player, but he just hasn't been able to show his capabilities. That's kind of it about quickly. He needs to play more. He just needs to play way more than 25 minutes. It just doesn't make any sense for me. Maybe another team will play him that much. But, he's going to leave in free agency. I cannot wait to watch Quickly every single game because that's what I'm going to tune into Manuel Quickly. Not every single game. I'm going to tune into Manuel Quickly a lot. Going to watch him thrive on another team while the Knicks just let him rot and just let him go in free agency for nothing. We want to go with, I don't know, man. We want to start Alec Brooks over him. We want to start Alfred Payton over him. We want to start everybody over him, but we can't freaking put him. We can't play 30 plus. You just can't. I guess not. The man's losing millions as we speak, man. He needs to play. He just needs to play. He doesn't on this team, and hopefully he gets signed by another team that will play him the way I think he should be played because, he's such a good ball player, and we all know that. It's not nothing new. Just the Knicks riding away another young player's potential. Just nothing new. Nothing new over here. Just nothing new, man. Thibodeau just riding away another good young player. Just nothing new. I'm gonna go say. So the Raptors. Let's go talk about the Raptors. They have a lot of Sorry about all the raging and stuff. I don't know if I said we a lot. Man, I'm just really like on the edge of it. I'm an optimistic fan. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna go to MSG. Be happy. I'm gonna wear my Brunson shirt. Hopefully, he freaking plays. I might not wear that because he's not gonna freaking play probably. Holy, I'm about to go to a game he doesn't play in. Okay. That's a lot because I'm gonna have to go to a game. I want to see him play. I want to see him play. Man, that sucks. Because I'm about to go to a game, and he's not going to be there. He's probably not going to be there. I wouldn't want him to play. It's just not right for him to play right now. If he's not right, then he's not right. The Raptors are 24th in points per game at 111, 7th in rebounding. Have to battle them on the rebounding front. 4th in assists, and 15th in the offensive points per game. They're kind of in the middle of the pack, in every kind of stat. They just aren't that good of a team, and I feel like the Knicks should be able to take them down, pretty easily. Hopefully, if Quickly is starting, which he should be starting, but he's gonna be starting, and the Knicks are gonna play amazingly. And I'm gonna tell you, everyone's gonna be involved in this basketball game. I cannot wait to sit down and eat my popcorn while watching Quickly play a better point guard job than Jalen Brunson. I said it. The only way you get him back is that you say, okay, Jalen Brunson, you want to go. Like that he's never gonna leave. So, hey, I'm being way over dramatic. Why? Why am I talking about Jalen Brunson leaving? He's not leaving, okay? He's not leaving. He's a very good basketball player. Let's leave it at that, okay? I'm going crazy right now. This team's making me go crazy. Yeah, what the Raptors did this offseason was just, they got Dennis Schroeder at their starting point guard, and they still have a ton of length. They have a lot of people who are up for contract. I think OG's up for contract this year. Um, my favorite matchup this game is going to be RJ versus Scotty. Those are two players that are at kind of the same level. Scotty Barnes had 31 tonight, which he's a pretty damn good basketball player. Really good. I just, man, it's just a lot to soak in this Knicks team. It's just a lot, man. It's a lot of raging, which I don't want to come on here and rage. It just isn't what I want to do. I don't come here to rage. I come here to be nice. I come here to give an actual basketball take. I come here to, be myself. This is myself, but we come here to be, talk about the Knicks, um just come here, talk about the Knicks, and just relax, sit down, talk about the Knicks, and this isn't really a lot of relaxing, isn't it? I mean, it's just a bunch of yelling at the Knicks because they obviously need to be yelled at, and they haven't got yelled at by the coach because Tom Thibodeau is going to sit there and just twiddle his thumbs and get ready for Toronto, and he's not even get ready for Toronto because watch us lose. If we lose to Toronto, this happens every single year. We're like, okay, if we lose this game, the bomb's gonna go off, and it's gonna be set because it's like a ticking time bomb. And if we lose to Toronto, it might be a ticking time bomb for Thibs, and we're gonna win this game because always when it's a ticking time bomb about to go off, the Knicks always find a way to win, and it's gonna be their Super Bowl right now against Toronto Raptors. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's their Super Bowl. It's the freaking Super Bowl. And it just sucks because it's the only team we can actually come in here and beat. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We're in purgatory, and the Knicks were in purgatory. And I should be happier, but that the Knicks have constructed this team that's pretty damn good. I just don't know if Thibodeau can manage this talent. I just don't know if he can. He hasn't shown me yet. I don't really know what I'm looking for. I think I'm looking for the injury report for the Raptors. I mean, we already talked about Jalen Brunson might be out this game, which makes me cry. I'm going to be honest, it makes me freaking teary-eyed. Um, because he was in with 12 seconds left. I mean, 20 seconds left in the game, up by 12. And, I talked all this about Jalen Brunson, but we kind of need his scoring. And we kind of need him to get his, kind of need to get him his 40. And, we might kind of get screwed in this game if we don't have Brunson. But I don't know. I think we'll still win. Injury report, Brunson isn't in there, but he will be in there. Christian Coloco, no one really out of order. No one really that you can go hit home around with the Raptors. We might have Jalen Brunson in there, and I cannot wait. Let me check, Twitter, where the ticking time bomb's going off as we speak in Twitter about this team. I just cannot believe everyone's going crazy on this freaking team. Um, what's happening? What is happening here with Jalen Brunson? I want to look at his freaking medical stuff. He got injured with what's Tom Thibodeau saying? Like, what's some of the quotes that he's saying right now? Like, what's some of his quotes that he's saying right? I want to know what he is saying after this basketball game, after this horrific NBA basketball game. I want him to say stuff. I want him to talk to the media and tell me what's wrong. Um, where is I'm gonna go to Ian Bagley just to see what they're saying here. The Knicks are saying, okay, nothing. The Knicks are. Let me go to Bondi. See what the Knicks are actually like. They want to do. Like they basically had no regrets about leaving Brunson in the game in garbage time. You know what? You know what? I'm done. I'm not gonna. I'm done. I'm gonna might end this because this is bad coaching. This is bad coaching. It was a freak injury. I understand it, but you just can't put your players at risk. It ain't the in-season tournament anymore. Did he forget? I spit everywhere. I'm really pissed right now. Yeah. Um, I mean, this coach is just making me just forget how much joy I had in the game of basketball. Um, you know, Mitchell Robinson's out the whole entire fourth quarter. Um, he's gonna be something that we need to look on, but he just looked fine. That's what Thibodeau said. I think he looks fine, but we need to get a word. The Knicks need to get a word on Brunson, but this was such a bad video that I didn't want to make. I thought the Knicks would fight more. I thought the Knicks would fight harder. I thought this would be more of a grinded out game. Would have been happier because that's the way we got to win basketball games. But I guess not. I guess we just fall to the Celtics, and this is gonna be a bad one. It's gonna be a bad one for Knicks fans because we'd rather soak it in for about 3 days until I go to the game and take on the Raptors, which is gonna be a W because the Knicks always just come back and get a W. I'm not saying this team is good at all, but this team's amazing. No, because they're set up with playing the Raptors, and Thibodeau needs this job, like he needs everything. I mean, he doesn't really, but he always comes out when his job is on the line. I mean, if these teams somehow gets under 500 at the end of December, I wouldn't be shocked if Thibodeau got fired because there's no way Leon Rose looks at this team and be like, this is the team I built. It's pretty damn good. And the coach is just not using his talent correctly, and I'm seeing this on screen, and it's just hard to watch. Okay, that's it. That's gonna do it. Have a nice day, and let's go Knicks. Subscribe and on the YouTube channel, but also if you're on the Spotify channel or Spotify, give it a 5-star and peace out.